a feeling.
Uncle Bear.
You know what is going to follow, Abi?
Yes, sir.
There's no need. No. You, henceforth, you get to sit down on comfortable chair.
Praise the Lord. Let's hope for that.
Okay. You have a special guest who's coming to. Please sit down.
Thank you, Uncle Ben. Hallelujah.
Who is coming to discuss the life after your exploits at the academy, how to manage your finances, and how to be bigger than you are financially. We can deal with it musically, but we're not supposed to have control over your finances. That is your department. You always call someone to come, deal with that issue. And she has been in this business for decades. And I think you're going to learn a lot. So I'll crave your indulgence to please pay attention to everything she has to say. She's the regional director for West Africa for Barclays Wealth. And you know Barclays Bank is big, okay? Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Nimi Akinkungbe.
Nice to see you. Hello. Hi. How are you? Hello. Hi. Hello.
You're very welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
And you own them. So have fun.
So how are you all? A few more days to go. You looking forward to Saturday?
Yes.
I am.
Exactly.
It's been fantastic. You've all done so well. So you're looking forward to winning? Have you thought of, you're all winners, absolutely. Have you thought of what you're going to do with your winnings if you win the big check? I'm going to sort of take you through about 10 different points that you should think about. Even if you go away with just 3 of them, it'll stand you in good stead. Sort of make sure you do something about, say, first of all, don't rush and do anything with the money. Just put it in a bank account and leave it there for, say, about 3 months, 90 days. Because when you get money that is quite a large sum that you're not accustomed to having, the tendency is that you might rush out and splash out on a new car or do something extravagant. It's best for you to just put it aside whilst you start to think of what you're going to do with it. Okay? So first of all, do nothing with it. Just leave it in a bank account. The interest you'll get will be very, very low. But it's still best to just leave it safely. Everybody in Africa is watching you. Everyone knows you're getting some money. So people are going to come to you with all kinds of business deals and proposals and family and friends. People are going to be coming after you. So it's best first to do nothing. Just leave it there. Whilst you're doing that, you'll have contracts, I'm sure. Some of you will have endorsements. You've got to be very careful and seek the right advice so you don't sign on to something that you'll regret later. Because some of these contracts that you're going to sign will have such a lasting impact on your financial future. So you need to be very, very careful during that phase. Then you have to decide where are you right now in terms of your financial situation, your assets and your liabilities. Are you owing any money? What assets do you have? It's so important that you try to determine exactly where you stand today. You have to have a plan. You have to have a short-term plan. What's your short-term plan? Any of you have a short-term plan in terms of the money? Are you trying to buy a car? Are you trying to pay your rent? Are you going back to school? What's your short-term plan? What's your medium-term plan? What's your long-term goal? Your goals have to be specific. They've got to be measurable. They've got to be achievable. They have to be realistic and time-bound. Just think of the word SMART. And that way you'll have, your goals have got to be achievable, time-bound, realistic, okay? Now then after that, you need to think about if you're owing anyone. Are you owing? Are you in debt? If you have some expensive debt, you should take part of that money to pay it back, okay? Because you don't want to have this debt overshadowing you the whole time. So take some of it. If you can pay down your debt, fine. But you don't want to spend all the money on your debt, but try and reduce it at least. Then you need investment advice. You're very busy with celebrity and your music and your career. You won't have the time or the expertise to manage your money yourself. So it's important to seek professional advice. Okay? Now, your personal brand, to me, after having watched all of you, it's really fantastic watching your talent. And your personal brand, I think, is your greatest asset. You have to guard your personal brand jealously. Now, your personal brand is your values. It's the true embodiment of who you are, what you believe in, how you feel about yourself. That's what everyone is seeing. So it's your personal brand that will get you endorsements, it will get you deals, so that if your personal life gets tarnished and you dilute your personal brand, you can lose out. So don't forget that your personal brand is more important than all the money that you're going to win now and all the money that you're going to be earning. So protect that brand. So your lifestyle is critical. You see a lot of musicians, a lot of artists who have bodyguards and managers and agents and friends and relations. You know what it's like? A whole entourage of people. It comes with huge cost. So it's important that you guard that lifestyle, because when you sort of have a very lavish, expensive lifestyle, if suddenly you find that money is not coming in as fast anymore, it's very, very hard to redress and to go back to how you don't want to go back to how you were before, but if you're living a very expensive lifestyle, huge house, expensive luxury cars, it's hard to get back to normal. So be careful about overspending, okay? It's also very important that you have a backup plan, okay? I really believe that, I don't know how far you've all got in your education, but it's important that if you haven't finished, at some point you do try and finish your education. Get a skill, have an alternative. There's going to be a point where you're very, very popular now and everybody wants to sign you on, I'm sure. But there'll be a point where it just goes a bit quiet. You're not getting live show gigs, you're not getting endorsements, there's some new person on the block who everybody is calling. What happens during that time? It's so important that you plan now for that period of time later on when maybe you're not that popular or your music is just not selling. It might be a temporary patch, it could be for a long period. So it's important that you are so disciplined right now that your skills, you really hone in on your skills. If you play the guitar, get fantastic at it. Can you teach it to other people? What else can you do? What other skills do you have right now that you can take if the actual career you're focused on now is waning? So it's so important to have that backup plan. If you need to go back to school, at some point, try and finish. Try to have some skills that are related to the industry. That could be a good idea as well.
What a feeling.